I thank the chairman for yielding, and Madam Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Objection?
Madam Chairman, I rise in opposition to this legislation. I know that the goal of everyone here is to have quality education for everyone in this country. I don't like the approach. The approach has been going on for 30 years with us here in the Congress at the national level controlling and financing education. But the evidence is pretty clear. There's been no success. It's really a total failure. And yet the money goes up continuously. This year it's an 8% increase for Title I over last year. In 1963, the federal government spent less than $900,000 on education programs. This year, if you add up all the programs, it's over $60 billion. And where is the evidence? The scores keep going down. The violence keeps going up. We can't keep drugs out of the school. So there's no evidence that our approach to education is working. And I just ask my colleagues to think about whether or not we should continue on this same course. I know our chairman of the committee has made a concerted effort in trying to get more local control over the schools, and I think this is commendable. I think there should be more local control. But I'm also convinced that once the money comes from Washington, you never really can control, you really never can deliver the control back to the local authorities. So that we should give it serious thought on whether or not this approach is correct. Now, I know it's not a very powerful argument, but we might just point out that if you read carefully the document, document of enumerated powers in the Constitution, the doctrine of enumerated powers, we find that it doesn't mention that we have the authority. But I concede that we have gotten around that for more than 35 years, so we're not likely to reconsider that today. But as far as the practicality goes, we should rethink it. If we had a tremendous success with our educational system, if everybody was being taken care of, if these $60 billion were really doing the job, if we weren't having the violence and the drugs in the school, you know, maybe you could say, well, let's change the Constitution or let me reassess my position. But I think we're on weak grounds if we think we can continue to do this. There are more mandates in this bill. Even though we like to talk about local control, there are more mandates, and this bill will authorize not only the $8 billion and an 8% increase this year, but over the next 5 years, there will be an additional $28 billion added to the budget because of this particular piece of legislation. So I ask my colleagues, give it serious thought. This does not deserve passage.
Gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman from Missouri.